What's up, y'all? One Piece One Life here, and guys, what an amazing stretch of chapters. Nah, for real, like, y'all don't understand. I genuinely believe Oda gave us some of the best panels in all of Post Time Skip in this installation. Not to mention, far and away, the best feat that we've ever seen in the series, period. We absolutely need to talk about them. So without further ado, let's get into One Piece chapters 1107 to 1109 review. But first, guys, please, y'all know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the page for more One Piece content just like this. I'm waiting, and share it around with all your friends who love the series. Let's get it going. So the first thing that we need to note is that lately it's been seeming like chapters are just getting shorter. Well, that's because they are. I mean, the number of pages is shorter, and on top of that, the pages we do get, a lot of them seem to be double page spreads, which just gives the feeling of the overall chapter being shorter. And I guess this ties into Oda's own health with, his eye problems, his recent eye surgery, and, you really just pray for his good health. But I can't lie, it makes the video shorter and therefore makes the editing process shorter. So I'm not complaining. So in 1107, we pick up at the end of 1106 where we learn that Dory and Bragi are here. But not only them, Oimo, Kashi, and all of the giant warrior pirates, the original crew, have converged. And as the giants hop onto the island and start, just causing chaos and mayhem for their marines, you see the weakling trio looking up from the labo phase and spotting the giants. And of course, you get Usopp's reaction to it. And so again, if anyone had any more doubts, Elbaf is happening. But my only hope for the Elbaf arc is that Usopp gets the development that he actually deserves. This is supposed to be his central arc. The giants are who he worships. So I just hope and pray that Oda doesn't do to Usopp what he did to Frankie in Egghead. So as the Straw Hats rush to leave and, get all their preparations going, we see Brook and Lilith again. And I don't know why, I just really love that tag team. They have such a good, they play off of each other well, But damn, why is Brook such a troll? Cause why is he talking about we can't stop for tea, y'all gotta get on immediately while drinking tea? It's so cliche, it's so almost childish humor. But that's why I'm just what's he doing, bruh? And then we see, for the first time in 6 months, Zoro versus Lucci. And listen, all I'm gonna say is this. That man got Zoro panting. And no, Zoro fans, I don't care about what you'll have to say about, whether Zoro's trying hard or not. The fact of the matter is that from what we can see, Zoro looks tired and he's being pushed back by Lucci. Nah, because this is how I know that the One Piece community is cooked sometimes. How can I go on Twitter and be seeing people trying to rank the different versions of Zoro? Power scale the different versions of Zoro, whether he's wearing his bandana or not. People really are justifying
Zoro's not wearing his bandana and hasn't tied it on at this direct angle. And also this, therefore, he's not actually trying against Lucci.
Why would he not be trying? He needs to leave. Y'all should just take the L at this point. So we cut down below and we see that admiral that had multiple chins or whatever, apparently his name is Red King. But then back with Luffy's group, that's where things get interesting, because you have Luffy telling Bonnie, yo, stop crying. What's with all the tears? Bonnie says, I need you to get this man Saturn. And Luffy says, say less. Solidly landing the gum booming Don Gatling. I was waiting to see when the Gear 5 version of Gatling was gonna come out, and all I can say is against an opponent like Saturn, it's time. Then, just as Kizaru moves to all Vegapunk, you have Sanji pulling up and kicking his laser away. Now, as a Sanji fan, I personally have never eaten this good in a chapter since I caught up and have been reading weekly. I mean, a chapter where Zoro stocks plummet and Sanji stocks skyrocket at the same time. And then this is why Sanji might go, because he can do something crazy like that and then just be talking about some love is stronger than light. What's wrong with you? But then, can peak get even peaker? And the answer is yes, it can, because who shows up but the Blackbeard Pirates? Katarina Devon and Van Auger pull up, and Katarina one-taps Saturn, just like that. and then they leave. Firstly, I was shocked to see that Luffy, of all people, wasn't there, because he's the only member unaccounted for. Where could he be? Another question, what does this mean for Augur's teleportation? Because did he get all the way to Devon's ship in just that time frame? I almost thought so, like damn, the distance that he can travel with his warp fruit must be larger than we thought. But then I remembered, well, at the very end of this chapter, he says that he hasn't mastered it. He can't even get them from where they are encountering Saturn back to their ship. But most of all, like I said, Devon pulls up, taps Saturn, and that means that just like Bon Clay's Mane Mane no Mi, touch is the prerequisite for Devon to be able to become a person. And trust me, becoming an Elder Star is going to have massive repercussions for what's coming down the line. And we even get hints to Blackbeard's special lineage, because Saturn literally says, yeah, special lineage. I don't know. There was no joke I can make. He just said that. So Blackbeard is Rox's kid, confirmed? And then we get the coldest panel that I've seen in a long time. When Saturn asks them, what is your motive? What's your goal? You just have Van Augur looking off and being like, the world. Then the chapter ends with the two of them encountering Caribou. And again, everything's just aligning. I already made a short about this, but I said Oda's planning with Caribou's character was genius, because he had him accompanying the Straw Hats all through Fishman Island, all through Wano, just so that he can be the vessel through which Blackbeard gets his hands on the ancient weapons. So that was a phenomenal chapter, and 1108 just starts off right back there, confirming that yeah, Devon and Augur are gonna bring him back to Blackbeard. Also, real quick, can we commemorate the color spread for this chapter? Because the One Piece Baddies Association is different. You got Nami, Robin, Reiju, Tashigi, Boa, and surprisingly Uta. Is this like, do we count these as canon? Is this the first canon time that, you know? I don't know. So the first half of 1108 was basically just talking to us about all the vice admirals that came. So we already knew about Doberman and Dahl. Those are the two we knew before the Egghead incident started. Then a few chapters ago, before Kuma's flashback started, we learned of Bluegrass and her freak-ass route. And then, like I said earlier, Red King was in the last chapter. So here we get the name of the other five. And those other five being, and I have to reference this because I don't know them, Guillotine, Pomsky, Irvin, Hound, and Tosa. Now, Urban looks a bit interesting. I don't know. He has the kind of scrunched up jaw, the top hat. Like, something about Urban screams, I want to know more about him, even though I know he's going to be irrelevant. But apparently Tosa is just a pro when it comes to the Rokushiki techniques, because he's pulling out a hockey-clad 10-barrel Shigan. And just as he's about to use his Tosa Crunch on Atlas, Kuma, Frankie, and Bonnie, who saves them but Dory and Broggy? So of course they meet a bit, and Frankie's like, you have beef with my captain? Broggy's like, nah, we love your captain. And as Bonnie asks for their help, Broggy's like, Lil Miss, that name takes me back. Of course we'll help you. And to me that was just really nostalgic, because it's like, damn, we've come so far from the days of Little Garden, where Mr. 3 was the biggest challenge we had to worry about. But also, they mentioned there was that scholar. So, yeah, Soul is on Elbaf. I mean, not like I doubted Shaka, but confirmed. And who knows, he may actually be the man marked by flames after all. That would go in line with part of this theory here that I made, where I said that the last road poneglyph is going to be on Elbaf. So back with Luffy and Saturn, Vegapunk is saying that if he's moved, he's gonna die. Like, he knows that he'll die, he's losing too much blood. But the way that everyone's just being so chill about it, there's no like drama to it, I'm not sure about that. But Saturn, who reveals that he has another new power in poison, because of course he does, he just starts rampaging in his like what seems to be proper demon form. Even Sanji's like, it really seems like he's dropping all pretense of being human. So he's just rampaging, and Luffy and Sanji have to dodge it. But as Sanji tries to carry Vegapunk away, Kizaru's still there. So Kizaru kicks Sanji before shooting a hole right through Vegapunk. Which means that this bruv finally did what he came here to do so many chapters ago. But then towards the end of the chapter, we get a scene of a serious Gear 5 Luffy holding back Kizaru and Saturn at the same time. And if you think that that's already one of the best feats we've ever seen, because it is, wait till I get to what I'm talking about in between 3 and 4 minutes. But not only that, at the very end, we see that some sort of pre-recorded message by Vegapunk just starts playing, where he says, "Attention world, I'm about to tell you all of our world's secrets." The truth about the world is coming out like this? It makes sense because Vegapunk, I guess he would know that, especially if he has been researching the Void Century, but is it time? So then we get to 1109, and the first thing to note about 1109 is that we're finally starting a new cover series. And just like I predicted a while back, maybe 2-ish years ago now, in an IG post, it is Wano-centric, because we see that it's Onigashima underwater. And immediately I know that people are probably going to jump to, oh, Big Mom and Kaido, we're going to see what happened to them after that lava explosion, which, possible. Yeah, I'm definitely going to make a short detailing all my ideas that I had for that Wano-centric cover stories now that this one's happening. And that's only because I don't want people being like,
oh, well, now, of course you're gonna say that it was Wano-centric, because this one's Wano-centric.
I had the idea 2 years ago, so I could have sworn that this was the chapter where Imu was finally going to be revealed to the world. The truth of the world was going to be shown to everybody. And of course it wasn't, because Oda pulls his classic timer trick, and now we gotta hold him off for 10 minutes. So as everyone on the island starts talking to each other about, yo, is that Vegapunk and Shaka talking, like what's going on? We see that the Gorosei can apparently just straight up talk telepathically. And you know what? Of all the crazy stuff that we've seen Saturn do, this one's expected. So sure, let him have it. Also, apparently Stella is dead? Like, I don't really get it. I really don't know whether I can believe this or not, because there was nothing grandiose, dramatic, anything about his death besides that one scene of him just like panting and like almost seamlessly the life coming out of him. But I don't know, especially with Oda's track record of not being able to kill off characters. And this is one of the most important characters to both us and the characters in universe. So yeah, the Gorosei discuss about what they should do, and we'll get back to them, don't worry. But then we cut around the world and see people all over the world that we know setting up for the broadcast to watch it. And again, I just love chapters like this, chapters where we can see what all the people that we've met throughout the journey have been doing in recent times. So in Dressrosa, we see Rebecca, Leo, and Kairos. And apparently Rebecca and Kairos are just straight up training, so cool, I guess, I don't know. In Fuchsia Village, we have Whoopslap telling the others that, yo, we do not have money for video transponder snails, so audio is gonna have to do. And then we see Water 7, and Iceberg apparently has a new manager, secretary, whatever you want to call it, called Alice. Well, it's spelled Alice, but apparently, according to the notes, it's pronounced Alish. So yeah, obviously this is supposed to be Califa's replacement, right? Because Califa was a secretary, even though she was undercover, she still did her job. So of course Iceberg would need a new one. Also, how is she setting everything up like that despite seeming to be a literal child? Because at least from the way that I'm looking at it, she does not look grown in the slightest. Iceberg uses child labor, oh lord. And then even in the World Economic Journal balloon, we have Vivi and Opol and Morgans all just looking in. And even the revolutionaries are getting on to it at Momohiro Island, because you even have Dragon remembering him and Shaka's conversation where Shaka was like, yo, I honestly think that I'm gonna die soon. But you know what? Take everything I just said, forget all of that, because right now we have the best feat of the entire damn series. Y'all, Luffy effortlessly, let me say that again, effortlessly, mind you, is manhandling 2 admiral level opponents at the same time. So you got Luffy using a new move, the Gum Gum symbol, crashing the 2 of them into each other and turning them into, like, you know those cartoons where somebody would be flattened and then they'd get the consistency of paper? He literally did that to Kizaru and Saturn. He then proceeds to take them and spin them like pizza dough. Nah, this man Luffy's a troll, because he really said, Kizaru, your favorite food is pizza? Let me make you into one. And nah, I've been seeing the Kizaru memes online, and all I can say is Kizaru's evolution from Kizaru to Kizaruber to now Pizzaru. This should be a Pokemon. Like, literally, somebody get on that. 1, 2, 3. This could be a whole Pokemon family. But nah, guys, Luffy has to be top 3, no? Like, this has to be a top 3 feat. I mean, seriously, people may have been like, he could hold off 2 of them, potentially. And even in that case, it would be extreme diff. But to him, this is literally light work, pun completely intended. He has yet to take damage. Oh, and by the way, he also downed Kizaru with a throw, which means Kizaru is down again. Admiral fans, where are you? And it was getting so bad that Saturn had to pull out his trump card, hitting the summoning. Nah, this was perhaps the most hype way that a chapter could end, because imagine all the Gorosei are gonna be out here. We gonna see all their monstrous forms, and we may even see Samurai Gandhi wielding the Shodai. Like, hold on. But yeah, guys, this one's already been so insane, but just knowing that there's more insanity to come is filling my spirit with joy. Cannot wait to see what the next chapters have in store for us. But what did you guys think about this chapter? Do y'all think any of them is gonna end up being chapter of the year? Let me know all that good stuff in the comments. So that's the end of the video, y'all. But please, guys, you already know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel for more One Piece content just like this, and share it around with all your friends who love One Piece. Remember, I'm trying to make a community, but I need your help to do it. So that's gonna be all from me, guys. I'll catch y'all on the next one, and always remember, One Piece, one life. Y'all, Saturn's in the wrong manga, cause why is he pulling out summoning jutsu? Like, bro, Naruto ended years ago. I mean, I guess Boruto 2 Blue Vortex is still coming out, and that is admittedly kind of fire, but still. Nah, that's hilarious. Like, the Gorosei are about to hit Luffy with the 5 paths of purgatory.